In this video, we will discuss problems involving OR. Another technique for counting indirectly is to count the elements of a set by breaking that set into simpler component parts. If S equals A union B, the cardinal number formula from set theory says to find the number of elements in S by adding the number in A to the number in B. We must then subtract the number in the intersection A intersect B if A and B are not disjoint. The additive principle of counting, the number of ways one or the other of two conditions could be satisfied, is the number of ways one of them could be satisfied plus the number of ways the other could be satisfied minus the number of ways they could both be satisfied together. Symbolically, if A and B are any two sets, then the number of elements in A union B equals the number of elements in A plus the number of elements in B minus the number of elements in A intersect B. If sets A and B are disjoint, then the number of elements in A union B is equal to the number of elements in A plus the number of elements in B. Note, if A and B are disjoint, the number of elements in A intersect B is 0. For example, how many 5-card poker hands consist of either all clubs or all red cards? Clubs are black, so no hand can satisfy both conditions. Sets are disjoint. So the number of hands that have all clubs or all red cards is equal to the number of hands that are all clubs plus the number of hands that are all red cards. Number of hands that are all clubs, there are 13 clubs in the deck, 13 choose 5. The number of hands that are all red cards, there are 26 cards in the deck, so that's 26 choose 5. That's 1,287 plus 65,780, which is equal to 67,067. Another example, given the table below categorizing a diplomatic delegation of 18 congressional members as to political party and gender, if one of the members is chosen randomly to be spokesperson for the group, in how many ways could that person be a Democrat or a woman? The solution is that the groups of Democrats and women are not disjoint. The number of Democrats is 10, the number of women is 9, and the intersection of the two groups is 6. So the number of Democrats, the number of spokespeople who would be a Democrat or a woman is the number of Democrats plus the number of women minus the number of Democrats, number who are Democrats and women. 10 plus 9 minus 6 is 13. One last example. How many 3-digit natural numbers are multiples of 2 or multiples of 5? There are 453 digit natural numbers that are multiples of 2. Let's just consider for the moment that there are 900 3-digit numbers from 100 to 999, and half of those are going to be even. There are 180 that are multiples of 5, 1/5 of 900. So there are 90 that are multiples of both. We can just take those numbers that are both. We can take the numbers that are number of even 3-digit numbers and divide that by 5, or take the number of 3-digit numbers that are multiples of 5 and divide that by 2. Either way, we get 90. By the additive principle, 450 plus 180 minus 90 is equal to 540 possible 3-digit numbers that are multiples of 2 or 5.